As she can't wait to have children, to share the lessons they've taught her, here is Nikki with her speech on the lessons of a single life, of the single life.
This single life. It's a position in life where you only have one thing to worry about, yourself. I can make my own decisions without having to consider how it affects anyone else. My holidays aren't spent trying to run around finding that perfect gift for my boyfriend just to show him how much I love him with objects. No, I don't want to be single for the rest of my life. And I know one day I will find my Prince Charming. I just know that when I do, it'll be him and I for the rest of our lives. So now I truly cherish my time I have now for myself. So I can be selfish, focus on who I am, and ameliorate. Until then, why settle for less than I deserve? I have just about everyone I know trying to set me up with somebody. My boss even walked into my office the other day, told me he had ran into a mutual friend, and they were talking about how they both want to set me up with a boyfriend. I don't understand the rush. I'm loving life. I don't have to deal with Sports Center or petty arguments. I rarely shave my legs. And I can watch all the girly shows and movies I please. Occasionally, I do have to agree to go on some of these blind dates. But so far, but all they have been good for so far are lessons on how not to date and some pretty great stories. Typically, every setup starts off in the same manner. A friend knows a friend who knows a single guy that has all the perfect qualities, of course. He's a good-looking guy, successful, has strong family values. Here's the thing about these setups. These guys look great on paper, but as soon as you're in the restaurant and sitting in front of them, all bets are off. The whole process is the most nerve-wracking thing, too. Is he going to call or text? Should I contact him first, since women these days are supposed to be more aggressive? If not, when is he going to call or text? Where should I suggest we go? Will this be a day date, or are we going out at night? And most important question, what are you going to wear? This last date I went on, I think I changed 5 separate times before I walked out the door. First impressions are a big thing, and guys, you will not win the ladies over if you go to dinner wearing a backwards hat. I changed 5 times for this guy to just show up and he's wearing a backwards hat at dinner. And that wasn't even the worst part. He was so mean to the waitress. I wanted to just hightail right out of there. Oh my gosh. I do have a soft spot for waitresses. I used to be. So maybe that's it. But I guess he truly wasn't hoping for a second date. You'd think your nerves would settle down after a couple of these, but for me it doesn't. I had another failed experience a couple months back. After the usual wardrobe changes, a very nice guy picked me up for our first date. He seemed great. He was good looking, great career, graduated with his master's, was into sports, had a dog, loved to travel. I I don't think he asked me one single thing about myself. I left the date feeling like I had just interviewed someone for a job instead of being on a date. Shouldn't we all know better than this? Don't get me wrong, I've definitely had my fair share of embarrassing moments on first dates. I've been asked the simplest questions about myself, and my mind just goes blank. And then, instead of trying to find the answer, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, why don't I know the answer to this question? And then, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm an idiot. I can't think of the answer to this question. I'm pretty certain the overthinking is what gets all of us first-time daters into trouble. The lessons I've learned on how not to date are simple. Lose the hats, be respectful, chill out, actually be intrigued into getting to know your date, and go with the flow. But then again, who am I to throw out lessons? I am the single one.